Good evening and welcome to the Tuesday, May 26, 2020 meeting of the Ashland Zoning Board of Appeals. Call the meeting to order, and in accordance with the requirements of the open meeting law, please be advised that this meeting is being recorded and broadcast by WACA-TV. The town of Ashland, in response to the COVID-19 coronavirus, is currently following the guidance from the Ashland Board of Health, Massachusetts Department of Public Health, and the CDC regarding the virus and steps communities can take to prevent the spread, and all town facilities are currently closed to the public. In accordance with the governor's order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 20, all public meetings are being conducted remotely. The following information is also provided for members of the public that would like to participate in the meeting remotely. There is a link on the notice of the meeting in the agenda that was filed, and there is a telephone number to call in if you would like to do that. That being said, we will move on to our first order of business. That is a continued public hearing for a variance application for 10 Cedar Hill Road. The hearing was opened on May 12th. The board took testimony at that time. We invited public comment. We received public comment, and public comment was closed. The board discussed the matter and directed Assistant Town Planner Emma Snellings to draft a decision in accordance with our thoughts at the time, and the hearing was continued to this evening. That being said, does anyone on the board have any further questions of the applicant? If not, would someone like to make a motion to close the public hearing and enter into deliberations?
So moved.
Is there a second? Brian, you're on mute.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
John Trefethan?
Brian Forrestall, aye.
Stu Siegel, aye.
Okay, entering into deliberations. At the hearing last week, we did indicate that we felt the applicant met the criteria to be granted a variance for less than the required front setback, and we asked Emma to draft a decision. She sent out a draft decision earlier this week, and there was a second draft decision that was forwarded, or a revised draft decision, I should say, that was forwarded to us late this afternoon. Emma, would you just please point out where the change is in the draft decision? I think I know, but I want to make sure that I didn't overlook and that the board doesn't overlook any changes from the original one that was drafted.
Yes, I can absolutely do that. So I received some comments on the draft decision, which led to these changes. The first change is in the, sorry, my document is still opening, but in the document list for the decision, here we go. Let's see. So in the background and process section of the draft, I added a note to 2E, the building permit denial. The building permit denial letter states that the applicant will need to seek a special permit. So I added a note that the letter references a need for a special permit. However, after discussions with the planning and building department, it was determined this project would need a variance just to clear up any confusion that might cause if someone was reviewing these documents. And then in the findings by the board section, specifically A and B findings, I added in that there's limitations on both the shape and dimensions of the lot. And in B, I added dimensions again and noted that it's an existing non-conforming structure.
Okay, very good.
And those are all the changes.
Thank you. Any questions about the draft decision as revised this afternoon and submitted? That's the one we're working off of now. Brian or Stu?
I'm all set.
Stu?
Stu Siegel's all set.
Okay, I'm all set as well. So that I guess we need to formally take a motion or make a motion to approve the application and grant the variance. Do we have to approve the specific hearing decision as well, or just reference the revised draft? I would think would be okay. Okay. I, John Trefethen, approve the application for variance in accordance with the revised draft decision that we have before us this evening. Someone else?
Hi, Brian. Hi, Brian. Go ahead, Stu.
No, go ahead, Brian.
I, Brian Forrestall, approve the draft decision as revised. Yes.
I, Stu Siegel, also approve the draft decision as revised.
Okay. Emma, I think that's all we need on this, is it not? Then we have to determine how we're going to sign this decision.
You already closed the public hearing, correct?
Correct.
That was the first vote. Okay, just check.
That was the first vote. We closed the public hearing and entered into deliberations, all in the same motion.
Excellent. So it seems as though most boards are dealing with decisions by having the board vote to allow one representative to sign the decision, generally the chair, and then we would have that representative, kind of do a, socially distanced drop off to physically sign the decision, if this board is comfortable with that.
Stu and Brian, what do you think?
I'm the youngest guy. I don't mind going in and doing it.
I mean, I don't mind either. I'm old, but I also have nothing to do. So
I say let the chair do it.
okay. Stu, are you okay with that as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then we would need someone to make a motion to authorize me as the chair to be the sole signatory of the decision. If someone
So
wishes
moved.
to. And is there a second?
I second it, Brian.
Okay, and all in favor? Aye, John Trefethen. You're in favor?
I, Brian Forrestall, in favor.
I, Stu Siegel, in favor.
And I think that should do it then. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, everybody.
John, I'll be in touch with you about arranging a exchange.
Okay, we can perhaps do that at the end of the meeting tonight. Okay, very good. Mr. Koch, thank you very much.
We should let Mike know, what is there, like a 20-day appeals period before it's fully approved?
I actually owe Mr. Koch a phone call. So typically there is a 20-day appeal period. Once the decision is stamped in by the town clerk, that starts the clock,
Okay.
and then the town clerk will sign off. There is a bit of new gray area with appeals period with this current state of emergency. So I'll give you a call tomorrow and we can just talk about your options.
Okay.
But no matter what, it's 20 days.
Sure.
But there's a couple of things to discuss.
Okay, yeah, but in a nutshell, John signs it, 20-day waiting period, and then I assume I get a copy of.
Yep, you'll get a copy of the fully executed decision, and then you'll be responsible for recording it at the Registry of Deeds and returning a copy to the building department in order to get your building permits.
Okay, all right. I appreciate it. I understand that, and we'll chat tomorrow. Yeah, I'm good. You don't need me for anything?
Not unless you want to listen to our approve the minutes from the last meeting, and that's not going to be terribly exciting. So
I lived it once, but
okay.
I just wanted to say thank you to everyone. We're very excited. I think I mentioned it's my wife and I 14th wedding anniversary tomorrow, so this is an awesome present for us, and we're very excited and appreciative of the opportunity to bring our requests before you. So thank you.
You're welcome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yep. Good luck.
Okay.
Thanks.
Moving on to, you're welcome. Moving on to the next item in the agenda, which is approval of the minutes for our May 12th, 2020 meeting. Emma once again sent those out to us, a draft copy earlier this week to review. Anyone have any questions, comments, proposed changes?
I'm good as they are.
Stu?
I'm good.
Okay, and I am fine with them as well. So I, John Trefethen, approve the minutes of the May 12th, 2020 meeting.
I, Brian Forstall, approve the minutes.
I, Stu Siegel, also approve the minutes.
Excellent. Now moving on to item number 4 of the agenda, which is the staff updates and administrative matters. Any staff updates, Emma?
No, besides the fact that 304-306 Union's application for special permit is coming up on June
9th, I believe. Oops. You muted yourself, Emma.
That's my only update.
Okay. I had spoken to Emma earlier today about that that application in the hearing. There had been a prior application which drew the attention of a number of people in the neighborhood, and we had a fairly large crowd in the room that evening. I was a little concerned about trying to conduct that type of a hearing over the Zoom conferencing, video conferencing, because I had thought that the last meeting, it wasn't a very smooth meeting in that at least on my screen, the audio and the video weren't in sync. So I found it very hard to follow who was saying what when, because their lips weren't moving, but I heard a voice, or their lips were moving and there was no voice. I have not found that to be the case tonight. I think things have gone very smoothly insofar as that is concerned. How about you, Stu, and you, Brian?
I found tonight to be okay.
Yeah, I haven't had any problems with the audio or video.
Okay. Very good then. The publication in the Metro West Daily News has started, and it is being publicized as a video meeting. So we will proceed with it as a video meeting, and hopefully we'll see how many screens we have on our computers, and we'll take it one step at a time. But that is all. Nothing else on the agenda for that evening as of now? Okay.
No, there's nothing else on the agenda. And again, if we run into the same technological issues as last meeting, because of the recent legislation, you would be able to continue unilaterally if you want. And I think that could be a reason to continue. Just a thought that if we hit those same issues again, maybe we just say, let's try it a little later. But
well, let's take it one step at a time and see how things go. But I'm encouraged by tonight. Things went very smoothly. They're in sync, and we don't want to hold up people unduly when they have an application to be processed. So I think we should be able to deal with it. We don't have any public comment on the agenda. So I think with that being said, the chair would entertain a motion to conclude the meeting. Someone
So
wish to make
moved.
that?
Second.
I, John Trefethan, approve the motion to adjourn.
I, Brian Forrestal, approve the motion to adjourn.
I, Stu Siegel, approve the motion to adjourn.
Excellent. Then we
Nice
are
seeing you.
done.
Take care.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thanks, Mark. Okay.